I'm Simon Dewsbury. I'm one of the PGA staff professionals here at Belmont Country Club, and today we're going to be talking about the bunker shot. Technically, I suppose you could play the putter from here because the lip, although it rises up, the lip itself is smooth here. My issue would be that you've got to go through all this thick grass and we don't know how the ball's going to react. Is it going to Evel Knievel jump over from the ramp coming up the bunker face and over and land on the green or not? This is literally take one. We've never tried this. Objective is always going to be get the ball out of the bunker first time, preferably get it onto the green, then try and get it close to the hole, and if you're really good, hold the bunker shot. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different shots. Realistically, there's only one there that I would really be happy with because it's leaving me with an uphill putt. The last one that's just gone a little bit off to the left, that's going to give me a little bit of a left to right slider down the hill, which I wouldn't really want. And then the one that's just got to the green is what, 15-16 feet away, so maybe a 20 to 25% chance of holding it. 1 in 4, 1 in 5. Chances are, if I'm playing a bunker shot from here, I'm going to finish closer than the majority of those golf balls are. So my chances of getting up and down would be much greater using a sand wedge than they would be from playing the putter, even with that ramp in front of me. My first choice is going to be to look at how the golf ball is lying in the sand. That's going to dictate quite a lot. So if the ball's sitting up nice and fluffy on the top of the surface, my choice is going to be how much bounce on the sand wedge or lob wedge do I need to let the club slide through the sand without digging too deeply or bouncing off the surface. So if I'm playing, again, link style golf courses with more compact seaside sand, I want less bounce because I need the club to dig into the sand a little bit more. If we've got white fluffy sand here, I would probably want a little bit of a bigger bounce angle so the club doesn't dig too deep. So that's really what I need to check first of all. With the rules of golf, I can't grab hold of the sand itself. I've got to trust my feel through my feet. So as I walk into the bunker, that's going to be my indication, my feel for the shot that I'm going to play, as to how much is my foot sinking into the sand, which is going to dictate what's going on. Now we've already set some balls out there, and my next choice is then going to be how much room do I have onto the green to get to the flag. I don't have much, so I'm going to play my 58, a little bit more loft. Hopefully the ball's going to come out a little higher, and slightly smaller bounce angle because there isn't a huge amount of depth to this sand around this green. Personal preference as to whether you want to play with a glove or not. For a chip shot, even for a normal pitch shot, I might be tempted not to play with a glove on, but I want to have just that little bit more control over the pressure in my hands to control the club as it goes through the sand. So I do like to play my bunker shots with a glove on. And then as we move in, again, now we're going to feel what's going on underneath our feet. So the sprinklers were on this morning. It feels quite compact, a little heavier underfoot right now. My foot isn't really sinking into the surface. So as I play this shot, I know that the club isn't going to dig a huge amount into the sand. So I can set up, I'm going to have quite a wide stance. I'm going to dig my toes in first, and then the rest of my foot. So by pushing my toes down, it gets the weight onto the balls of my feet, gives me an athletic position to build from. And And then from there I can play either square face, or I can open the face just a little bit, give me a little bit more loft and increase the bounce angle just a touch. But whether you play it square or open face, make sure that you set the angle of the face first before you grip the club. I'm going to lean into my lead side, maybe 60–70% in my lead side, and then I'm going to make sure that I get my backswing back to at least chest height, so that I don't have to try and have a short swing and try and force the shot through. I can generate the speed by letting the size of the arc play the shot for me. As I come through impact as well, like the standard pitch shot, we're going to feel as though that trail hand goes underneath and is scooping and throwing the ball up into the air, so the club ends up here in front of me. I'm not going to release my hands like I would for a full swing and throw the club over my left shoulder. I'm going to hold it off. So I've got the loft on the club, I've got the bounce angle interacting, and as you can see there, it's still quite a shallow divot pattern as we go through impact. So toes in first, and the heels, leaning into the lead side just a little bit, making sure that I've got the face where I want it before I grip. Constantly moving around so that I don't get stiff, I can stay relaxed over the shot. And one last look at the target. Be confident, don't be scared of the sand. If we can get the sand to come out of the bunker, the ball's going to come out on a cushion of sand. There's no direct contact between the club and the ball. So be confident, get the sand out, the ball's going to follow. When we're in the sand, we have different levels of expectation. At beginner level, high handicap level, expectation level number one is always make sure that your next shot is played from grass, not from sand. So make sure you get the ball out of the bunker. So if we look straight at the flag itself, this side we're short-sided, there's not a lot of room there, but we've got a huge, wide open expanse of green over here. So don't get sucked into having to go at the flag. Make sure that we get out of the bunker. Let's just aim at the middle of the green. Big swing, be confident, and make sure that we're out of the bunker, okay? Level two would be to get it out of the bunker. Make sure your next shot is with a putter on the green. We could possibly begin with level two to begin to gravitate towards the flag a little bit more. So we aim a little bit more aggressively towards the flag. But again, be aggressive, get the sand out of the bunker, the ball's going to come out on top of the sand. Level three is going to be your more advanced players, your lower handicaps. You want to get it out, on, and close enough to the hole that you know you've got a really high percentage chance of holing the putt, so you're getting up and down. Level three is where I'm going to really start to attack the flag. And I want to try and get it to a point where I finish close enough that I'm almost certainly guaranteed to hole the putt. And then international level amateurs, tour professionals, you're looking at getting it out, on, missing, getting it close, but going into the hole. So out, on, and in. So you're not needing the putter at all, and that really then again narrows your focus. Practice so that your levels move up and get closer and closer to the confidence level that when you stood here you're going to get that ball in the hole. It's what your tour pros are looking at, is where they're trying to hold the bunker shot. Obviously my playing days are over nowadays, so I'm happy at level three where I've got a really good chance of holding that putt. But practice, 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 and we'll get closer and closer to holding the bunker shot. So for beginners, you want to try and get used to the idea that we're going to get set up to play a bunker shot like we would a pitch shot. So I'm obviously standing on the edge of the green here, so I'm not going to dig my feet down. But I'm going to get my hands set in relation to how I want the club to sit naturally, so either square face or slightly open face. before I grip the club, and from that point on, when I got my hands on it, then I would walk into the sand itself to get myself set up. And then from there, as we progress, obviously you can take your hands off, you would get yourself into the sand, set the face angle where you want it first, and then grip with the club being up off the floor. Setting yourself on the grass first allows you to actually ground the club and set it, whereas you wouldn't be able to do that when the golf ball is actually there, because that's going to contravene the rules of golf where you're touching and testing the surface of the sand when a golf ball is actually in play. So once you get more comfortable, you're going to set the face, then grip it with your hands. But while you're getting used to it, set the face with it resting on the ground, then put your hands onto it. So now I'm ready to go, and now I will move into the ball. We're trying to feel the shot that we're trying to play from the bunker. We obviously can't take a practice swing in the bunker and hit the sand and take the explosion of sand. So coming out of the bunker, trying to find something that's going to give us a similar kind of feel in terms of how much of a slope, if the ball's a little bit below our feet or above our feet. We'll try and find that kind of slope on the grass. A little bit of thicker ground is going to give us a similar kind of resistance that we would feel with the sand, and then have a couple of practice swings where we're feeling and actually being aggressive into the sand, or into the grass, sorry, so that when we step into the sand, we then play the same swing, but we get that explosion of sand as if we were then just playing that shot from here on the grass. So what we're trying to achieve then is basically replicating the swing that we've got here in our practice swings, where we're taking a big swing, we've got resistance of the ground through the grass here, to then transfer that to play the same swing and same shot with the resistance of the sand as opposed to the resistance from the thicker grass.